Hey gang, welcome back to Jade's Garage. As I'm working on the 68 Mustang and color sanding and buffing the paint job that I did, I found some runs. I'm going to show you those in just a second. And the problem is where they're located. It's really hard to address a run that's in a transition area. Something out here in the open, it's a lot easier to deal with. You don't have corners and stuff to run into, but I'm going to fix these runs that are in the bottom of the quarter panel. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, I don't know how well this shows up on camera, but I found these runs as I was block sanding and the clear coat. And so you can see evidence of where I was sanding on these. There's one large run here, there's a small one here, a small one here. There's actually a very small one right over here on this side. Now, when you're sanding this, the problem is this transitions. It comes down here, basically there's a body line, it dips in slightly, and then there's like a recessed body line. So if you're trying to sand that, you can easily damage what you have as far as edges, and you don't want to do that. So what I want to do is something I've seen done before, and it should work. I've seen it work, but I want to demonstrate it to you. I'm using some Bondo. This is the only time I actually use like Bondo products, glazing and spot putty. And I'm going to pop open the top here. I'm going to spread some or put some on my clean sheet. And what I want to do is cover the runs. So I'm going to use a little plastic spreader. And I want to see any evidence of the run coming through. Like, it wouldn't, probably doesn't hurt, but I'm just trying to make sure I've got enough coverage to where I don't see the run. And then I have this other one right there. I might add just a little more to that one. Okay, now according to the instructions on the tube of material here, it says wait 15-20 minutes. So we'll let this dry and then we'll come back with the second part. Okay, so I'm a little aggressive here with the 600 wet, but I'm not going to dig very hard. I'm going to let the paper do the work and just kind of sand over it. You can already see high points of the runs. And you'll notice I'm not digging, I'm not pushing very hard. I'm also not focusing on using the whole block in a flat, pattern, let's say. I'm keeping a little more pressure up here with my thumb, because I want this part of it to do most of the work. Again, there's a dip right here. So you can see what's happening. Now I've got to be a little more careful because I can see the putty is going away. I would have been happier if this would have been out in the middle of the panel, somewhere up high. It would have been easy to take out without having to do this. tedious. I'm just using the corner. I'm not using the whole block. Just trying to get that small area. Almost there. Almost. I can still feel it. At least now I have the bulk of the run gone. Now I'm starting to see clear coat. Just the change in color. And what I mean is it's a white powder instead of red. Just a little bit right there yet. And right there. I think that got most of it. I mean, I can still feel a little bit back here. Just a tiny, tiny amount. But I think that took care of it, honestly. Now, I've shown other videos where I've taken a razor blade and scraped, you know, the putty, or the run down very flat and then blocked it out. But I wanted to try this. And for the most part, it works. I know I can still feel a little something, but I still have two or three more rounds of sanding to go, and I think it's going to come out just fine. So, anyway. Take your time, don't get in a hurry, and get it smooth. Okay, I've sanded off this other run right here. I can still see a little color, and that is just leftover material from the putty. And what I've done is I wrapped the 600 around a paint stick, and I'm just going to gently go over these areas and get rid of that. I think now that I've used the paint stick, as you know, over here on what was left of this little bit of a run, and it feels a lot better. Now I'm going to switch back to some higher grit. I'm going to go with the 1200, and I'll continue with the rigid block that I started with, just to help flatten things out a little more. You know, normally I wouldn't even want to get down here to do any buffing because it's just too difficult and it's really hard to have good control and get it finished. But more than anything, when you're spraying paint, normally this ends up really nice because all the trash gets caught up above and can't come in down below. So if I didn't have these runs, I would not be doing this. Fantastic. Much better. Okay. So at this point, what I will do is go over it with a 3000 with a DA, wet, make sure everything's nice and smooth. And I'll come back and rebuff this with the wool and then continue on with the process. It's tedious, but that's what you have to do sometimes when something goes wrong with your paint. So I hope this helps you out with your project. Nobody wants to deal with these runs. I don't want to deal with these runs, but sometimes you have to do things to make them go away. I think it turned out pretty nice. I'm going to continue on and get the rest of the card done, but anyway, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and until next time, take care of yourselves. See you. Okay, one extra look. This is where those runs were, down at the bottom, and they're gone. They're just gone. I mean, I can barely see evidence of like one, but I'm not going to worry about it. If somebody wants to get down on their knees and look at this section of the quarter panel and see if there's a run, that's fine. But thought I'd give you one little look at it.